What's going on, guys? The question was asked, and I figured this is probably a good time to kind of go over my chart settings with Thinkorswim. So you guys know I chart everything on Thinkorswim. It's got my indicators that I like. I trade my stocks there, my equities there. I use this for charting with my prop firms. Now, obviously, I execute with Top Step on Project X. I execute with TraderVate on Apex, and Top One Futures. I use Project X as well. But let's cover my Thinkorswim platform, the settings on how I have my chart set up. So first things first, linear regression channel 50, that's the white lines. If I right click on this, you guys sometimes ask for the settings. It's just standard settings based on the Thinkorswim linear regression channel 50. So when you go to adding a study, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So right click on your chart, go down to studies, go to add study, right? Scroll over and then go to all studies and then go down to the L's and you'll see linear regression. It's right here, K through L. And then scroll down to linear REG for regression, CH for channel 50. Plot that on your chart. And then the settings are standard. I don't change anything. There's nothing to do there. The only thing I change is the color. So edit study, linear regression, price to close, numerical, draw is this, blah, blah, blah. I put the width to 3, so it's a little bit thicker. You can change the color to whatever. Show study, that's it. Okay, that's a linear regression. I have the 20 simple moving average. Simple moving average, close 20. That's it. If I right click this and go to edit study, the length is 20. Show breakout signals, yes, that's going to give me those little green and red arrows every time a candle closes over or under. That's it. I changed my width to 3. I'm done. The next setting that I have or indicator is the daily 5. So you're going to add all of these the same way. Right click, go down to studies, go to add study, and then look at daily studies, daily SMA, and you can make it whatever you want. I like using the daily 5 for intraday trading. I also have the daily 10 plotted a lot of the times. You can do whatever you want, 10, 20, 50, 200, doesn't really matter, but I use the daily 5. Those are the indicators. That's it. Down at the bottom, ATR. So if you guys want, go to same thing, go to studies either by right clicking or go up to the top of your chart where it says studies, go to add studies, all studies, go to A through B and then ATR. That's it. I change nothing on there. It's ATR 14 Wilders. That's it. Okay, that's it. That just gives me right now, for example, if we're on a 5-minute time frame, the ATR is 26. So for me, if I was to get into a trade, let's say for example, here is a 20 SMA trade. If you're looking for half of an ATR, what's half of 26? Let's say 10 to 12, 10 to 13 points. That's it, right? 10 to 13 points is what you would be looking for a half ATR. Okay, now let's get into actual chart. If you click the gear icon here, this is going to bring up your chart settings. Some of the things that I change is if I go to time access, expansion area 500, because I like to have this gap, right? So I like to have a gap between my chart and the price. I don't like the candlesticks running right over to the price. It makes me flustered. I feel claustrophobic. So click the gear setting, go to time access, expansion area for me is 500. You can put it whatever you guys want. It's just for me, it's 500. The appearance, the only thing that I change here on the appearance, I take the grid off. Okay, so I take the grid off because I don't like added lines on the chart. I have enough as it is. I take the grid off and I change my background color to a solid black. Okay, so I know that each and every single day, the solid black area is my New York session. Okay, the next thing that I do is I go over here to futures, right? Click the futures tab. I take the show volume subgraph off. You can put it on if you want, right? If you apply it, it's just going to give you a volume subgraph. You're going to see, well, it's down here. I'd have to scroll through, but I don't really like it. I don't really use volume all that much. Some people do. You can choose to leave it or you can choose to take it off. I take it off. I want the chart a little bit cleaner. Then if we scroll down to axis, show extended hours trading session is clicked, yes, and highlight extended hours trading session is clicked. That's it. That's what gives me the gray box to say, okay, this is after hours, this is overnight, this is Asia, this is London. I know that everything in gray is after hours New York session. Does that make sense? And that's all I change. That's it. So if I go to like a 1 hour chart, it carries over to everything and it kind of just breaks up my days, right? So if I, scroll in a little bit, right? Let's scroll in a little bit. I know that, okay, the gray section is either Asia, London, that's overnight, and then my black boxes is my New York session, right? So if you look at today on the hourly chart, big nasty drop through the linear regressions, and we kind of stalled here just above the bottom channel, but it keeps my days nice and separated. So I hope you guys, here's a volume graph showing now, but I hope this helps you guys. This is how I set up my Thinkorswim chart for trading futures with the prop firms. Hope that helps.